This is from winter 1997. The hoax happened in spring, summer of 1996, and you see how I'm going by seasons because that's how debates, intellectual back and forth, owning, that's how it happened is through magazines and publications and journals that would take months to be published and have people write the rejoinder and send it in
Yeah.
and wait for it to be published. It's
Nowadays, you just get on Twitter and it all bangs out within a few hours. But back, it used to be you had to publish a polemic against your enemy
right.
that went through a process, and it happened over years. It was like the
Yeah.
damn Cruella thing with the, now I'm doing an installation. Oh my God, they're writing about it now.
It was no different than Cruella.
It was the same thing.
Right. This would be something Corolla would do, quite frankly. But so, to cut to the chase, Alan Sokal is a physicist in NYC. I believe he's like part French or something. You can tell his accent. He's got a French thing going on. But he is a physicist, a leftist. This is a guy who has taught mathematics to the Sandinistas in Nicaragua. And he submits an essay, a scholarly essay, to the Social Text, which is a sort of a highbrow journal. And the title of his essay is Transgressing the Boundaries, toward a transformative hermeneutics of quantum gravity.
Yes, of course, of course.
Yes.
Yes, hermeneutics. Right there, you hear that, and you're like, "This is a powder keg for satire."
Yeah. And it's an interesting essay. It is one that claims that there is no such thing as objective physical reality, which is sort of a surprising, eyebrow-raising claim for a scientist, a physicist, to make. And he opens the essay with two quotes, one from Stanley Aronowitz, who's a guy who will later have the back and forth with in Dissent. And he quotes Aronowitz in him saying, the struggle for the transformation of ideology into critical science proceeds on the foundation that the critique of all presuppositions of science and ideology must be the only absolute principle of science. So,
yes, of course.
Yeah.
I understand this.
Trouble brewing.
Kind of a wonky quote there, but basically it seems to be saying that basically.
Can I just say that if you are into wonky quotes, you are gonna love this hoax.
Yeah,
it's awesome. It sounds like someone is doing like an improv character of like a theory guy, where it's all just made up $10 words and shit.
I don't know if this is a spoiler or whatever, but I think the improv character is bad at satire guy.
Ooh, okay.
All right, fair enough.
We got some spicy takes.
Guy who accidentally lies in a magazine.
That's what you think? All right, we'll get to that. We'll argue about it when we reach that point.
But I won't try to go through the whole essay because it is, analogous topological structures arise in quantum gravity, but inasmuch as the manifolds involved are multidimensional rather than two-dimensional, higher homology groups play a role as well. These multidimensional manifolds are no longer amenable to visualization in conventional three-dimensional Cartesian space. Some people might kind of understand some of that, but it's just intentionally very obtuse and jargon-heavy, and it contains some pretty absurd points. He has one about feminism, and by the way, Sokal is a feminist. So to be clear, he's not against that. But where is it? He basically calls modern feminism insufficient because he says liberal feminists are frequently content with a minimal agenda of legal and social equality for women. and pro-choice. So liberal and even some socialist mathematicians are often content to work with the hegemonic Zermelo-Fraenkel framework, which, reflecting its 19th century liberal origins, already incorporates the axiom of equality, supplemented only by the axiom of choice. This framework is grossly insufficient for a liberatory mathematics, yada yada.
I've been saying that, and this is what's wrong with comedy right now, is that these women with the axiom of equality are using Cartesian quantum at a quantum level, sort of a dialectic that then bounces back on itself. You understand?
Interesting.
Which is the framework, isn't it? It's a liberal framework.
It's a liberal framework, and it's it's transcendent, and also
it's Huguenotics. We can all agree it's Huguenotics.
Yeah. Listen, and also, and I don't know.
Dialectical.
The likelihood of a woman to be shopping at any given point in time.
I'm trying to do shitty chud open mic guy making this argument, and then he's just like, and that's why you need to the bucket, you know. They say it's random, but it's not random. They're cheating the bucket.